always between you and Allah. When you do good to other people, goodness, a good deed, or happiness always come back to you, no matter what. Right, guys? Am I right? Thumbs up your camera. Thank you, Faham. Thank you, Ibrahim. Okay. Today is our 6th day, and today we also gonna go over human behavior. And today we're gonna talk about lying, backbiting, and gossiping. Does anyone know the meaning of lying, backbiting, or gossiping? Let me know in the chat. What do you think does it mean? Be kind, but not expect anything. You're right, Hassan. Thank you. What is liar? Who is liar? And what is a liar? Lie. Guys, let me know in the chat because I'm waiting. If you wanna tell it. Bad things to do. What's the question again? Hafsa, my question is, what do you think lying is, or backbiting and gossiping? Mohammed Faham said, and Qasim said, bad things to do. You're right, bad things to do. You're right, guys. Marshalla, thank you for your reply. Let's start. Lying for this. Okay, the tongue is one of the most useful part of the body, and we use it to express our needs, wants, and ideas. Right, guys? But if we are not careful, we can easily use it in a wrong way. Example, lying, right? When we lie, we use our mouth, our tongue. When we gossip, backbite, for all these things, we use our tongue because it is one of the most useful and important part of our body. Our tongue is a great blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even though it is small, it is difficult to control. Right, guys? Never telling truth. You're right, Yusuf. A good Muslim must try hard to use his or her tongue only in matters that are pleasing to Allah. Here they're telling us to don't lie, and whenever use our tongue to only say good stuff. You must also try your best to avoid using in such bad things as lying, gossiping, and backbiting. For many kids, lying is the quickest and safest way to get out of trouble. Right, guys? When we do something bad and when our parents or teacher taught us, we always say, think of a lie to get away from the trouble, right, guys? We think that's our safest thing to do. But in a long run, lying is always land us into a trouble. Telling lies. Telling lies is definition of telling lie is to speak falsely or utter untruth, knowingly, as with intent to deceive. A liar is someone who intentionally and dishonestly communicates false information or make false statements with the intention to deceive and mislead others Lying involves saying or representing something as true, but no one knows to be no when one knows it to be false. When he knows that he's lying, but like he still tells them as he's speaking truth, which is not pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Backbiting is telling people what somebody did behind their back, right? Talking about people behind their back. Beautiful. You said it beautifully. Yep. And gossiping. Gossiping is also like a backbiting. A backbiting also, like it's also known as gossiping. Is when someone who engaged in act of speaking negatively about others behind their backs, which is, you know, it's not kindful, it's not good. You should never talk behind anyone's back, whether it's your friend, your relatives, your neighbors. Right, guys? Let me know in the chat if I'm right. And you can always correct me if I'm wrong, No one's perfect in this world. Right. Thank you, for talking about person who is not present. You're right, Hassan. Muhammad Aban Ali, thank you. Let's start. A lie, whether it's a big or small, it is a lie, right? You can't say, oh, but it wasn't a big lie though. I didn't harm anyone. So, no, that's not the right thing to say. Whether a lie is a big or small, lies are lies. You cannot say, wait, guys, sorry. Let me just, okay. I'm just like, people are still coming in, so I'm letting them come in. Assalamu alaikum, welcome everyone who's coming in, who's just joining. Whoever is joining right now, I just want to let you know, guys, today's our topic is lying, gossiping, and backbiting. I want you to communicate, guys. Tell me, what do you think about, a liar or a backbiter, or who gossips, Communicate so I can communicate with you because I cannot see you guys all. Okay, let's start. Our Prophet Muhammad said, when a person tells a lie, the bad smell that comes out of the lie keeps the angels 1 mile away. What do you think that means? Lying means not speaking truth. You're right, Hassan. What do you think it indicates when a person tells a lie? The bad smell that comes out of the lie keeps the angel away, 1 mile away from that person. As we all know, whenever we woke up, our angels always around us, making duas for us. Whenever we think of Allah, they think of us. Do you guys know that? Blaming someone? Okay, you're right. It means that if you lie, the angels go away from you. You're right, Hafsan. Because the smell of his mouth. Exactly, because when you lie, it is ugly. It is really unpleased to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes. So let's in Allah says, إن الله لا يهدي من هو منرف كذاب. Indeed, Allah does not guide one who is transgressor and a liar. If you want Allah's guidance, please be truthful. Always tell truth. Because no matter what, telling a truth is always gonna benefit you. But when you lie, when you tell one lie, you keep making up stories. There has to be I'm pretty sure it happens to everyone. When we do something bad, our parents ask like, "Who did this?" And you start blaming to someone else, like, "Oh, he did it," or that happened, that happened. When they keep asking you over again and again, you keep telling the lie again and again. That means you keep getting the sin for that, for lying, for making up the bad stories. Right, guys? Do you guys agree with me? Allah sees all the countries. Okay. Yes, Hafsa said yes. Yusuf said yes. Exactly. And you know what happens when you tell the truth to the parents? They actually forgive you and they show mercy. Right, guys? They get happy that, oh, my kid actually told me truth, so I forgive him. Has that ever happened to you guys? More people are still coming in. Has that ever happened? You can unmute yourself and tell me when you did something bad and you told your parents the truth, they actually forgive you. That it's okay, don't do it again, But when you lie, they keep asking you over and over again and you keep lying to them, You keep making up the same story. Shaitan distract everyone. You're right, Farham. Shaitan does get out in our way. Inshallah, we'll talk about this too. The first ever lie that happened because of the shaitan. We'll talk about that too, inshallah. Maybe in today's class or maybe tomorrow. Okay. The curse of Allah be on him if he is one of the liars. This is in Surah Nur, ayat 24. Surah 24, ayat number 8. It says, Allah have cursed those people who is a liar. What do you mean curse? What does it mean? That the curse of Allah be on him if he is a liar. That's similar to like Allah does not guide Allah. Allah does not give guidance to a liar. That's similar to that one. But what does a curse mean? The meaning of Allah on lips. Allah will be angry with him or her. You're right, Minahil Abiha Salah. MashaAllah, you're right. Allah will be angry with him. Anything else? Both lying is considered very negatively and harmful behavior in many cultures and religions, especially in Islam, right? And they undermine trust, damage relationships, friendships, and cause emotional pain and harm to people. Right, guys? Do you agree with me? That's also one of the reasons why Allah forbidden lying, backbiting, and gossiping, because it is helpful, harmful. It is it damages relationships, like trust, and it also causes pain to others. We should tell truth always. You're right, Abanali, mashallah. Speaking lie is a bad habit. You're right, Hassan. Mashallah, you guys are doing great. Thank you for cooperating. Because I love when you guys communicate. It makes me happy. Thank you for making me happy, guys. Let's continue, inshallah. Our Prophet, Hazrat Muhammad also said, be aware of lying, for lying leads to victims and weakness leads to hell. Do you guys agree with that? Never lie to Allah. Yusuf, yes, never lie to Allah because Allah knows everything, you know. Never lie to your parents, your siblings, anyone, your relatives, because Allah already knows everything. Your intentions, what you're about to say, your future, your past. You know that, right, Yusuf? Yes. Good job. And this is the big thing because lying can also lead us to a hellfire. Nauzubillah, Allah is the most merciful, but we should all try not to lie, backbiting, and gossiping because it is not. We should, exactly, Farham. We should never lie because when we think, okay, I only lied once, you start thinking, okay, if I lie one more time, it's okay. It keeps adding up. Muhammad Aban said, when we do any bad habit in our home or our burqa will finish, especially lies that thing. You're right, mashallah. You're exactly, yep. When we lie in our home or house, Allah will take away our burqa. You are so smart, mashallah. So we should always try not to lie, always tell the truth so you can actually feel in peace. When we tell the truth, you feel that peace, that okay, I told the truth to that person. Exactly. Lie lead to hell. Thank you, Hassan. When you tell the truth, it's like, okay, I don't have to worry about anything else because I'm good now, you know? Exactly. Thank you. I see all the chats. Okay. When we talk about children, kids, why children lie? You know, even though they're just kids, why do you think they lie when anything bad happens, when they do something bad, example, when they break something? Why do you think the first thing they think is a lie? Do you remember this nose? Have you ever heard of Pinocchio? Have you guys watched that movie? Whenever he lies, his nose keeps getting bigger and bigger. Yes. No, Yusuf said no. You should watch the movie, Yusuf. It's a really good animated movie. It's also like talk about liars. Shaitan will enjoy. You're right. It's a herd. Allah will sad. You're right. Let's talk about why kids lie. You know, they feel ashamed. I mean, everyone does, yes. Hafsa said because they want to take control of the situation by making up a different story to avoid consequences. Hafsa, mashallah, that's a great answer. Jazakallah, thank you for all the answers. So we should tell a lie all. I'm sorry? So we should tell lie only truth. Okay, good. Abanali, thank you. They saw her parents to speaking lie. Even if you saw your parents to whenever they speak lie or tell lie, you should not follow them. Tell them that don't lie. Okay? Allah will be sad. Yusuf, you're right. I'm sorry if I'm mistaken. No, you're right. I understand it, Abanali. It's okay. Okay, so they're afraid of the consequences, as Hafsa said, and they have watched their parents lie, think it's okay, which is not. Even when you see your parents lie, you should stop them, you know? But like, lying is a bad thing. Sometimes, like I'm kidding. You have not created a safe place to share the truth. Not it's like this thing is on parents. Parents should be so merciful and gentle to kids and really open to them, to the kids, so they can always tell the truth. Encourage your kids to tell the truth. Do you guys agree with me? Because children observe their parents and other adults around them, right? Make sure parents are honest and avoid backbiting themselves. Be conscious of their own language and behavior so kids can learn good things from them. Especially parents, we should not tell a lie. It is too bad. You're right, Muhammad Aban Ali. Parents should also encourage their kids to express their feelings and thoughts without fear of judgment or punishment. Because when a when a kid tells the truth, you should always show mercy because the first thing he's doing is telling the truth, which is really impressive. Allah sees us if we lie or not. Avoid a lie. You're right, Yusuf, Muhammad Fahan. And when you talk about the importance of honesty, I have to tell you how important or how beautiful honesty is, because it's very important to talk. Who raised their hand? Does anyone want to talk about anything? Tell me a story. You can always tell me in the chat that if you want to tell me any story or anything, you can always unmute yourself and tell me, because I want you to communicate. Okay, guys? Thumbs up if you guys can hear me clearly. Thank you, Faham and Kasim. You guys are great. Okay, we were talking about honesty. So parents should talk to their kids or children about how honest forms the foundation of trust and strong relationships, right? They should discuss the benefits of being truthful, such as, maintaining a trust or avoiding negative consequences. Discuss the impact of lying. It helps kids understand the consequences of lying. When you lie, your parents get upset, or whoever you lied to, your teacher, your professor, they get upset, right, guys? Because they think of you as a liar. Because when you lie one time, or when you lie two times, maybe two times, people cannot trust you back. Right, guys? People start thinking like, oh, he lied once or twice, he cannot be truthful anymore. But we should always try to be, we should always try to speak truth and be honest. Encourage open and respectful communication. Parents should teach their kids how effective ways to express their thoughts and feelings honesty without resorting to lie or backbiting. Encourage them to share their concerns or any disagreements in a respectful way. I know it happens a lot in these in this generation, because I also have younger siblings, they have different mindset, which is okay, but you should always be respectful and always tell the truth to your parents. Hafsa said, if you lie and then later someone figure out then you lied, they would get hurt. Exactly, Hafsa, you're right. Hafsa, you're right. Because one time, like, once someone caught you lying, I don't think they will trust you, or they see you again as a, truthful person. They'll keep thinking in back of their head that, oh, this kid lied to me once, I can't trust him anymore. Right, guys? When we learn to do anything good, Allah will be which is one of the things. Right. Our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said the part of land most hateful to Allah are markets. Why do you think that? Why market is not really pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Does anyone know? What happens in markets are in, like, which is not pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? You can, like, unmute yourself, tell me, and then we'll continue with our story, inshallah. Guys, why markets are not really pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Does anyone know? My sister is sitting right next to me and she's saying, oh, because markets are it is the place that where people lie the most. Where she is correct, mashallah. Hafsa said, I think it's because people usually sell things more expensive than they actually are and lie about prices or scam people by giving bad material. Wow, mashallah, Hafsa. You really impressed me. Mashallah. That's a beautiful way to say. That's a great explanation. Muhammad Aban said, if anybody sees TV or mobile or fighting, shaitan will come and shaitan will not allow to come angels and angels will run. Yep. Yusuf said, why do people lie? Why do people lie or when do people lie? Yusuf? Minahil said people in the market changed the prices. You're right. Hassan said, and Allah like masjids and just like markets. Exactly, Hassan. We're going to talk about this in the next slide. Muhammad Abban said, so we should pray Maghrib namaz, then angels will come and shaitan will cry. Yes. Inshallah, we'll talk about prayers tomorrow, and then we'll talk about this one. Okay, so let's start with what Hassan said. It's a little story. What happened? The most beloved place and the most hated place to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're going to talk about this. Rasulullah said the most beloved places to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are masjids, mosques, and the most hated, unlike places to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are souq, which is marketplaces. From all the places on earth, Allah loves the mosque above all because they fulfill the most important function, which is, does anyone tell me? Does anyone want to tell me what does masjid fulfill? Or like what's the important role of masjid or mosque? I'm waiting, guys. Let's go quickly. Why masjid or mosque are so beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Muhammad Farhan Qasim said, a man backbited his son and he found out, so he ran away from his house and his father was sad. Yep. It says it because we pray there and we worship Allah. Exactly, Absam. You're right. The masjids are the places where those on earth may connect with their creator, right? Where it's only that person and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Prophet ﷺ liked dream and it gives too much energy. And a masjid is Allah's house. Yep, you're right. A masjid is Allah's house. It's the most beautiful, peaceful, place in this earth. Because we worship Allah in masjids. You're right, mashallah. Hassan. So it's a story about a man came to Rasulullah ﷺ and asked, "Oh Rasulullah, which city are the vilest?" Does anyone know the meaning of vilest? It means bad. Which cities are bad, or are worse? Rasulullah ﷺ said, I don't know. Later, when Jibreel al-Islam appeared, Rasulullah ﷺ asked, O Jibreel, which are the bad cities? Which are the vilest cities? Jibreel al-Islam said, I don't know. I have to ask my Rabb. Do you know what Rabb is? Do you know what that means, that I have to ask my Rabb? Allah, God, Allah, mashallah. Yep, you're right, Jazakallah khair. Everyone who is replying to me, thank you for keeping up the conversation. After some time, when he returned and said, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, verily you asked me, which are the wildest city? I had said that I don't know. I have asked my Rabb, I have asked my Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He says the marketplaces. Right? And the reason why the marketplaces is, al-masjid are for Allah. You're right, Hassan. The marketplaces are unliked by Allah on this earth because of the buying and selling that goes on there, but because of the deception, and fraud that goes on in the market, right? The market are places where false marriage is given and where everyday false odds are sworn. People make false, promises to other people. They lie each other. There are places of wastefulness, right? And disputation. Sorry, guys. Where you remember Allah, you're right. We're still talking about masjids. Let's continue with what Allah has to say. Allah Almighty says, but seek through that which Allah has given you the home of the hereafter, and yet do not forget your share of the world, and do good as Allah has done good to you, and desire not corruption in the land. Indeed, Allah does not like corrupters. Do you think he's referring to the people in market who do businesses, who sells things? Right, guys? Corruption, most of the corruption happens there in the market and in the government too. If we talk about government, that's like a huge topic. Okay, Aban said Allah made all the countries and space, galaxy, Milky Way, and many things Allah made full earth. You're right, mashallah. Yep. Does anyone know how many days it took Allah to make the universe? I know it's like out of the topic, but Does anyone know that? How long it took Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make the earth or the universe? MashaAllah, Hafsa said 6 days. You're right, Hafsa. It took him only 6 days, MashaAllah, you know, which is incredible. 6. Muhammad Farhan said, and Qasim said 6 days. You're right, guys. Yusuf said 6 days. 6 days. You guys are doing great, MashaAllah. Thank you. In 6 days. Yep. Let's continue. By the way, this sorry, this ayah is in Quran and in Surah Al-Qasas. The surah number is 28, the ayah number is 77. Let's continue. This one is related, one of the scholars said, which is I love the most. It always hits me whenever I read this. It's a word of truth that may hurt for a while is better than a lie that will later hurt for a lifetime. Who agrees with that? Aisha said 6 days, mashallah. You're right, Aisha. Do you guys agree with this statement with Mufti? I hope like everyone knows about Mufti Smile Mink. A word of truth that may hurt for a while is better than a lie that will later hurt for a lifetime. Yes. Yep, Hafsa, you're right. Truth always wins. You're right, Hassan. Truth always wins, no matter what. Let's continue, mashallah. So always remember that. Whenever you think of telling a lie, always think, what if I tell the truth? I'll get away from the trouble right away. But if you lie, you're gonna keep making up stories, which is gonna, hurt you and the person who's listening to your lies. Only good wins and truth wins. You're right, Muhammad Aban Ali. So always think before you speak. Okay, guys, are you ready for the story time? Yes? I'm gonna read this a short story about a person who made a promise to tell the truth always. Badness always lose. You're right, Muhammad Aban Ali. That's why you should always think twice before you speak. Or when you think of a lie, always think twice that maybe I should not lie, And we're gonna learn that in this story, mashallah. A lie always comes out. Yes, you're right, Muhammad Farham. Let's start with the story, inshallah. Okay, it's about a man who made a promise to tell the truth. Once a man came to a Prophet Muhammad wasallam and said, O Prophet of Allah, I have many bad habits. Which one of them should I give up first? The Prophet Muhammad wasallam said, give up telling lies first and always speak the truth. The man promised to do so and went home. At night, the man was about to go out to steal. Before setting out, he thought for a moment about the promise he made with the Prophet Muhammad wasallam. If tomorrow the Prophet asks me where I have been, what shall I say? Shall I say that I went out stealing? No, I can't say that. But nor can I lie because, he made the promise to Prophet. If I tell the truth, everyone will start hating me and calling me a thief. I would be punished for stealing. Okay. So the man decided not to steal that night and gave up his bad habit. Subhanallah. Next day, when he felt like drinking wine, when he was about to do so, he said to himself, what shall I say to Prophet? If he asks me, what did I do during the day? I can't tell a lie. And if I speak the truth, people will hate me because Muslims are not allowed to drink wine. And so he gave up the idea of drinking wine. In this way, whenever the man thought of doing something bad, he remembered his promise to tell the truth at all times. One by one, he gave up all his bad habits and became a good Muslim and a very good person. Right, guys? Are you guys with me? So if you speak truth, you can be a good person, a good Muslim whom Allah likes and favors. If Allah, our Creator, is pleased with us, He will reward us with heaven, which is a place of happiness and joy. And it's forever. You guys know that, right? Heaven is forever. He didn't say a lie, it's a good. Exactly, Muhammad Aban. See, from this story, you get that when a person, when a person stops doing one bad thing, he'll continue to develop himself, do better in order. Allah will happy, you're right. In order to not do that one bad thing, we'll continue to not let him do the other bad things, which I think is beautiful. It's a great example of telling people if you leave one bad habit, inshallah, you will leave the other bad habits with it. Yes, Hassan said alcoholic. Yeah, Hassan, it's haram in Islam. He stopped doing everything just to sake, he does not want to break his promise. And you should never break a promise, whoever you made it with, whether it's your sibling, your parent, your teacher. Never break a promise. It's very Allah dislikes who breaks promises. Allah will be happy. Yep. If you leave bad habits, Allah will be happy with you guys. Okay, guys. We're coming to an end. It's a little short game about what we learned today. I hope you guys liked today's lecture. And today we're gonna talk. We're gonna do a game of truth or false. True or false. If you guys want to mute yourself, you can, or if you want to tell me in the chats. I'm gonna ask you 3 questions, and you're gonna tell me if it's true or it's false. Is it okay to lie while joking? Can you lie as a jokingly? Muhammad Ibrahim said false. Aisha said no. Muhammad Faham said yes. No, Faham. Minha said no. Hafsa said no. Minahil said false. Hassan said, who speaks the truth? Yusuf said no. Aban said no. Ayan said no. Mashallah. First no. Hassan said no. Exactly. You should never lie, whether it's jokingly or, whether it's jokingly or intentionally. You should always speak the truth. Is it bad to gossip? Is gossiping bad? Tell me. Is it true or false? Ibrahim said true. Hafsa said true. Mina said yes. Lying is kunha kabira. You right, Aban. True, true, true. Hassan said false. Hassan, why do you think? You think gossiping is not bad? Talking about a person behind their back is really bad. You should never do that. No bad. Okay, I'm sorry. No, it's okay. I understand. True. Yep. Gossiping, backbiting, lying, they all are bad. Lying is a way to get out of trouble. Is that true or false? False. No. No. Mashallah. Thank you everyone for communicating with me. I really appreciate it. False. Exactly. You're right, mashallah. I'll give you 1 minute to tell me who is a true Muslim. Who do you think a true Muslim is? Like relating to this, lecture. Who speaks truth? Hassan, you're right, mashallah. Truth is a way to get out of trouble. Mashallah. Abanali, you're right. Truth is always a way to get out of the trouble. But who do you think a true Muslim is? Hassan said, a true Muslim is someone who believes in Allah and always speak the truth, no matter what the situation is. Hafta, you're right, mashallah. Don't lie, never ever, Minha said. You're right, only speaks truth. Exactly, guys. Who is honest and prays weak crowns? You're right, Minahil. All the Muslims should always, sorry guys, all the Muslims should always take small steps to improve themselves, to improve their, development, and develop their nature or behavior, especially in Islam or like as a person. Whenever like you make small steps to get better, you will be a great Muslim. You'll be a great true, person. Everyone will love you, and they will appreciate you. They'll be like, wow, this kid always like speaks the truth, and they will always trust you. Trust is number one thing. To build a trust, you should always tell the truth. Believe on Iman al Mustafa. You're right, Hassan. Mufassir. When first Eid was celebrated, that the Quran was came, the Quran came. Mm-hmm. Okay, Muhammad Faham and Qasim said people who tell people who tell truth always. I don't know what you mean. Muhammad Abanal said, I think so. Yes. Always, like, think of a truth and always be truthful to yourself and to your siblings, to your parents, everyone in the society. Because this is one of the most important behavior in social behaviors, especially in Islam, because Allah loves who is honest and who is truthful. Jazakallah khair. Today's lecture ends here, and from here, Akari Sahib will take over and read you guys a surah today, just like yesterday. A Muslim is someone who never lie. If you lie, shaitan will like it. You're right, Yusuf, mashallah. So I'm gonna stop sharing.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello, guys. Hope you're doing great, mashallah. Alhamdulillah, Dania and Minha, mashallah. Hello, Dania. Okay, guys. Okay. Who will do the Surah Al-Lahab? Anybody want to do? Please raise your hand. Yusuf. Okay. Okay, Yusuf. Please start.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الكافرون
No, not this surah. Previous surah. Surah Masad. Tabbat yada.
Oh, yes, that one? Okay.
Yeah.
تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب وامرأته
No, no,
حمالة
no, no. Not wa amra. I told you yesterday. This is not wa amra. This is wamra atuhu. Wamra atuhu. Not wa amra atuhu.
وامرأته
Yeah.
حمالة الحطب في جيدها حبل من مسد.
Shabash. Hamza is after ra. Okay? Not after wow. Be careful next time. MashaAllah, great. Okay. Aisha will do Suratul Falaq. Suratul Falaq.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد صدق الله العظيم.
Great, mashallah. Keep it up, Aisha. Okay, guys. Now Hassan Muawiyah will do Surah Nas.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس صدق الله العظيم.
Mashallah. Sweet dreams, Hassan. Okay, guys. Now Muhammad Faham and Qasim will do Surah Lahab again.
بسم الله الرحمن أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب وامرأته حمالة الحطب في جيدها حبل من مسد.
Wow, great, mashallah. Tabbat yada abi. Stretch it. Stretch it's some almost one alif. Abi. Abi.
أبي
Yeah, not abi lahab. Okay. Be careful. Okay. Now here is Muhammad Faham and Qasim. No, Muhammad Ibrahim and Hamza. You guys do Surah An-Nasr.
Yes, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Surah Al-Asr. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Surah An-Nasr. Nasr. إذا جاء.
نصر إذا جاء نصر الله من فتح فرأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا.
Correct the first ayah, please.
ها؟
إذا
إذا جاء نصر الله من فتح
not min fat. There's not min fat.
والفتح.
Yeah, and I told you yesterday that إذا جاء stretch it more.
Okay.
Jaa. Okay. Yes. MashaAllah. Okay, guys. Today we will learn Suratul Kafirun. Okay. Suratul Kafirun. Kafirun means non-Muslims. Okay. Okay. So do this surah after me. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل يا أيها الكافرون. قل يا أيها الكافرون. Ibrahim, Hamza. Ibrahim and Hamza, please do it after me. لا أعبد ما تعبدون. لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين لكم دينكم ولي دين. Okay, guys, who will do this surah from beginning? Yusuf. Anyone else? Dania or Minha? Minha, can you please do this surah? Please unmute yourself. Minha, are you there? I think she's not there. Or okay, Yusuf will do this surah. Okay. Here is Hassan Muawiyah. Hassan is half say Quran, mashallah. Yeah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين صدق الله العظيم.
Mashallah, great, excellent. Have a nice stream, Hassan. Okay, I'm going to do this surah again. Okay, and guys, listen me carefully. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين لكم دينكم ولي دين صدق الله العظيم. Okay, guys, let's meet tomorrow, inshallah. Okay. Allah Hafiz, guys. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I want to call Sister Fatma here. Allah Hafiz.